How about it, folks? Welcome to another Train Sim World 3 video. This is major update, massive update. I can't even remember what I called the first one. Part 2. So there were a couple of things that I just found personally important that were kind of biggins on the list, and I just recently found out a few more things. So here's another video. I'll link the first video in the top right hand corner now if you want to go and check that out just in case. But we're sitting here currently in the Froggy Hills of Appalachia, and we're looking at the Clinchfield SD40, which sounded pretty bad and still kind of sounds bad by default, but it was promised from like day one when this came out that it would have a new horn, because they had the horn on file but they just never implemented it. And what am I hearing right now? Oh god. Alright, let's move out of the way here. Yeah, and don't adjust your mobile devices or computer. Those are Kodachromes on the back of this thing. I guess those are saved from when I downloaded them in Train Sim World 2, so they're still here, which is very odd. So that's got nothing to do with the video. We're paying attention to this boy right here. So when Clinchfield came out initially, like I said, it had a horn that Dovetail said that they had that sounded pretty good. They just needed time to implement it, and a year or however much more went on, and that never happened. And then lo and behold, was it last year, there was a CSX kind of scenario pack which came with a hockey stick or YN2 livery for the SD40-2 as well. And that locomotive had this horn, and you had to pay for it. So we finally got the horn without any further ado. Definitely sounds like an RS3 L or S3L. It doesn't really have much squeal or squeak on the intro. But in all honesty, and all things considered, with American locomotives in Train Sim World, any of the titles, this has got to have one of the best sounding horns I've ever heard. It's just funny it took this damn long. So nothing else was updated by the preservation crew with Clinchfield Railroad. There is supposed to be some updates, I guess, in the near future, so that means that we'll get them when Train Sim World 8 comes out, I'm assuming. So yeah, this is pretty much it with Clinchfield as far as I can tell. The horn definitely doesn't sound as good inside as it does outside. We'll see if there's any occlusion. It sounds like there's trying to be. As soon as you open the window, there's like a split second where it gets on a higher or deeper note, and then it goes right back down. So the sound occlusion in this is borked, it would sound like. See, it goes in. Yeah, so that's still busted. Let's check the bell out just in case. Yeah, it's that very flat, just super basic, tinny sounding bell. Nothing doing there. Alright, on to the next. Alright, so one of the other kind of big things is an update from Rivet. I believe Rivet did Luzern Sursee, right? I believe, with the flirt here we're about to take a look at. So they have apparently updated some sounds with this, as well as added 2 more scenarios. So you can see it says 7, but one of them's actually I think a tutorial. So there's definitely 2 more. I don't know which ones are the new ones, but so yeah, they added more scenarios to Luzern Sursee. I think they did some stuff with the PIS. They updated some other things as well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and hop in it though and just drive it, and we'll see what it feels like here. Alrighty then, welcome to Sursee. So we're on the Luzern Sursee route, and there is indeed a few more updates that I kind of glazed over. As with the first video, I'll link down below where you can find the article that has all this information. And what's kind of funny is you might just have to go through the game and what you got to see what exactly has been updated. Because I think, you know, I think there's a communication barrier between the team that works on this stuff and Dovetail's media department, because there's been a lot of things that have indeed changed that are not in these patch notes. So that's a bit confusing. So of course they added the two new scenarios, which we just took a look at, 06 and 07. So there are 7. I thought one of them was a tutorial type thing. It says the ETCS now looks at next level signaling from magnet signaling reference, giving players more of a warning before it kicks in. I don't remember how to run that, so I'm not going to mess with it presently. They changed some lighting around Luzern Depot that we'll go down and check out. They said they changed it for performance, but I never really had any performance issues on this route. It was, you know, such a small route and it's not busy that it's fairly not performance heavy. So of course the Flirt SBB RABE 523, which we're currently in now, they updated some audio, apparently. So it says updated audio levels for traction motor, side heater, brake friction, and engine. Let's see if they did anything to the... Oh, I don't have the stuff in. Let's not be a dingus here and actually get the key in and, you know, get started and all that good stuff. All right. Unlock the doors. I'm not hearing the horn. You can see it coming up on the screen over there. The hell? Is there like... Am I missing something here? Let's try the... Where's the freaking horn thing inside? Yeah, so it still sounds pretty good inside, but it's not letting me do it with the keyboard. Now it's working. Give me a break, dude. Ah, so that's what it is. You go exterior and it doesn't work. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if that was from before, but it most definitely is a problem now. As you can see on the right-hand side of the screen and hear the furious clacking. The horn is not working exterior. So that's a bit shite. Alright. We're going to open the windows and get a full listen to this son of a barsket. So they updated sounds, traction sounds, braking sounds, and who knows what else. Joint sounds are pretty good. You can see too, with it being a Train Sim World 2 route, it's doing that really quick intermittent jerking that the authentic Train Sim World 3 new routes don't seem to do. Really strange, and it's very notable with audio cues cutting out. Looks like you still can't do the head out view. So for those of us that like to do the Labrador or Golden Retriever or whatever kind of dog view, you cannot do that. Alright, let's close the windows and try it. It definitely sounds different. Oh, crap. I accidentally just opened the doors. they're still trying to open. Stop. Stop it. Alright, so it's doing the weird thing where I've got it set to like a specific speed. And I can't... There we go. VSOL. It's like AFB or cruise control or something like that. I'm sorry about that. We just wasted like 45 seconds. My apologies. Alright, so we'll stop, and then we'll go outside and do an exterior view. And listen there. Opens the doors. That's so weird. The horn will not work in exterior mode. That is super strange. Huge. I don't know why it says that. There we go. That's more propers. I love these little things right here going in. This is a really good unit. I mean, the root is tiny and there's not much going on, but like, that's the thing about Rivet. Like, a lot of their modeling is very unique and stuff. It just kind of is always not, I don't know, it's just kind of boring, you know, just to put it bluntly when it gets down to it. Like, there's not much variation, if you will. Alright, so let's get back here and then get on the road. And then we'll brake. See if we can hear the brake rub. Well, I think it sounds pretty good personally. Yeah, it's probably not 110% authentic, but it does sound a bit better than it did by default. And it is a massive improvement. Let's just compare it to the Skyhook BR187, which sounds super strange. So, yeah, new sounds on this with your new scenarios and a few other things. All right, on to the next. Alrighty, welcome to West Cornwall Local. Now, as far as British DMUs, especially older generations, the 150-02 is one of my favorite. And then, of course, followed by the 153. They're just unique. They look unique. They sound cool. You know, and being from America, you know, stuff like this. We don't really have stuff like this. We used to. We used to have DMUs, kinda. But not anymore. So these are, you know, very cool to me. And the model honestly didn't look that terrible. This, of course, again, was from... Who did this? Was it... Ah, geez. Was it Skyhook or Rivet? I think Rivet did this. Rivet Games. So this has been updated as well. They fixed the rail driver mapping for the 150 and the Class 37. There should be some artifact correction in the glass looking out the front of the cab. Let's see what else. There's a couple of bugs that were fixed. They did something with the physics and acceleration of the unit itself, so it actually takes a little longer to get going. And I think they edited the sounds a bit. So we're just going to get in here and see. We got to get over to St. Austell right here and pick some peeps up. It's a bit dark. Let me see if I can... Well, if I make it brighter now, it'll just... it'll mess up the timetable. So let's get going here first. Get the lights on. Alright, tails off. Well, they're already set today. Yeah, I got it backwards. Down is up and up is off. There we go. Yep, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's go. Get the windows open. Oh, we're rolling. Oh yeah. That took 3 throttle positions to get rolling back up this ever so slight hill here. So the thing with this route, if I am not entirely mistaken, I think with a lot of the better UK stuff in Train Sim World 3 is they got the sounds from Armstrong Powerhouse, which the sounds for these things sounded pretty darn incredible, especially for being some of, you know, his older sounds. But they just didn't implement them that well, as is the usual case for a lot of Train Sim World stuff. So we're going to scooch up here, and then we'll let people on, and then we'll boogie down the tracks here some and just see what this thing sounds like. So there's something else that says the engine speed adjusted, or was adjusted, so the max speed works out to around 75 mile an hour and requires higher notches to maintain that speed. The brake squeal sounded a little different there, if I'm honest. I feel like it was very abrupt before. Do we have the lights on here? Yep. I'm a dingus. Yep. Yeah, they on. Okay. Oh god, where am I at? What's happening? Okay, this multi-compartment stuff always throws me off here. Yep, that's annoying. Give me just a minute. Alright. Lock the doors. Alright, so we'll give her one nacho. Yeah, I think they did change them. I'm going to crank the sound up in OBS here a little bit, so hopefully you can hear them a bit better. That wind up just then in the first notch and then back down. That sounded different, but I'm also getting this weird ass noise. It sounds like it's coming from behind. I don't know what that is. That's like the 3rd time I've heard it though. Alright, let's give her another notch. I don't think the low horn is passable. It doesn't have that old car horn, that yeah, I just did that, sorry. But it doesn't have that fluttering noise that they tend to have. Alright, we'll try driver window up. We'll give her another notch. Man, it is super dark, eh? What time is it? 16. Let's make it about... Let's make it about 1300. This, by the way, is just a little doodad, very, very cool ass mod. For, of course, PC users only. Sorry, console. Where you can literally change a lot of things on the fly. There goes that weird sound again. It can mess up a lot of things, though. But yeah, I'll link that down below as well, just in case you're curious. Just like a pack file, you slap it in, then you float to the top left-hand corner of your screen, and there it is. All right, we'll give her another notch. It still doesn't sound very deep, and that commonly seems to always be a problem with a lot of Train Sim World stuff. You know, I don't get it. I don't know if it's the Unreal itself, game engine, whatever sound engineering they do, but they have like effectively gotten rid of reverb, so it sounds like there's nothing of any kind of depth. Like it's not in stereo or anything. Like it's just, the sounds are always very flat, and it's hyper maddening. And you know, I kind of understand why they do it, because if they go crazy, you know, it'll just... There was that weird ass noise again. What is that? It sounds like a mechanical cat screeching. It doesn't sound good. Alright, not shoving. All the way. So the physics are definitely different. I mean, there is a bit of a hill here, but I'm in notch 7, and this thing is inching its way down the line. There's also like a wave lapping on the shore kind of sound, and I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound very good. Alright, and let's brake. Okay, the very low end sounds pretty good, but the initial rub still doesn't quite have that depth or chunkiness to it. Like, I don't know, I can't describe it, but it still sounds too tinny and thin and just flat and mono. You know, it's almost like a crunching sound, like a deeper, thick crunching sound to a degree. And this doesn't still really have it. But they did update them. Hopefully they'll still continue to update the sounds and work on them. The physics, I'd say, are probably the biggest takeaway from this. It actually feels nice to drive now. It doesn't feel overpowered. You know, because these things take some doing to get going and stay going. So, all right, on to the next. All right, bro. Welcome to Long Island. Yeah, that was my terrible rendition of trying to do the local accent. My deepest condolences that you had to experience that. But anyway, there were massive, well, yeah, we'll go with massive updates to Long Island Railroad as well. So they added rush hour passengers, which you can kind of see right off the bat here. There's quite a few people on the platforms. We're down in Ronkonkoma, or this train comes from Ronkonkoma and goes to Penn Station, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got rush hour passengers, and for those new to the whole realm of Dovetail and their, myriad of Train Sim World games, there was a series that came out about a year and a half ago. I don't even remember that well. I can't remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday, if I'm honest. But, Rush Hour was this thing that came out that had Boston Providence, London Commute, that went from London Victoria, I think, to Brighton. And then the Dresden Riesa German route, which was, incredible. Like all German stuff. Dang it. But so with that, what they were doing with that was testing and trying new things, as they often do. So they packaged it up in a little, quaint, nice little box with a bow on it and called it Rush Hour. And basically what they did was add a shitload of AI passengers to the platforms and the trains. So whenever you see anything called Rush Hour or referring to that, that's what it is, just essentially more passengers. So they added that. They did something with the weather, lightly raining to full raining. Full raining Kings and Queens and Metropolitan Mover scenarios. So they did something to the scenarios. So for the M7, they added contact signaler and simple radio functionality. And the M3, they did the same. So that means you hit the radio button, and it's like doing this with the contact signaling doohickey. So, and then something about with the M3, which is, of course, this beauty right here in front of us. There was an issue fixed in PC, which I'm currently playing on, of course, where pressing Q did not clear the alerter. So it obviously seems to do that. And as well, if I am not mistaken, see, this is not on the damn patch notes. Apparently they added the sounds that were really damn good sounds, again, as far as Dovetail Games and Train Sim World are concerned. Apparently they added the sounds from the M7A and the M3A from the Harlem Line route, which came out, which actually was pretty decent, to these. But it doesn't say in the patch notes. I've just heard a couple people talking about it. So we're going to see if that's actually the case. If it's not, I'm sorry I lied. My apologies. All right, let's get the key on. Or in. All right, so we got to put this to max brake. It's got to go into neutral. Max brake. Now we can charge the brakes. There we go. They chagrin. The barks are chagrin. All right, let's go ahead and open the door. That was the door sound for you opening. So all I'm hearing is fans right now. Let's throw her back in firage. Get the headlights on dimmer ski. There's our cab light. I think I've got everything. Where's the radio button? There we go. So yeah, they added that. This is like a new gimmick that I think it was Mike Goltz added it for one of his add-ons, which is an incredible German developer. And in one of his things, he added this thing where you just hit the actual button on the radio to contact signaling and call dispatch. And then Dovetail proceeded to put that on every single, other add-on. It's just neat little gimmick, though. Let's see. Let's close the doors. And we'll see if any of the safety systems working and doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, ATC signaling system. I think that's everything, is it not? That's too bright. And the safety system on this thing, the alerter bell, is loud as hell, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. All right, let's get at it. Check the horn. That is new. It sounds pretty good, actually. If you couldn't tell via the excitement in my preteen voice I just made. It's got a little reverb in the cab, you know, from all the panels and whatnot, and the materials. I just made a new word, guys. The materials. Jesus, I swear I can't make a video without biting a piece of my tongue off. It sounds different. It sounds thicker. Alright, and for the purposes of the video, because I'm just going to keep getting e-braked, I'm going to turn that shite off so we can do what we wanna. Yeah, that sounds different. That sounds pretty good. Let's do a run by, because the M3 had this notorious thing, this issue, where you could hear the air conditioners running on each car, and the sound would like cut out with each car that passed. So we'll see if it's still doing it here. Let me give her some notches so she's under power. The end of the horn sounds like ass on the outside. It's still doing it. And the taillights don't come on by default. So it still does that crap. Like there's no meshing of sounds between the cars. You could, hopefully you heard that, you know, definite cut as each car passed. This is like the only thing that does that in any of the games that I can recall. Alright, and we brake. Actually, I think that is the same horn that it initially had, but it sounds like it's been altered. It honestly don't sound that bad. The exterior was weird though. Alright, we'll do the run by again if you guys didn't catch that weird sound thing. Yeah, you can literally hear as each car passes. We'll do it again under brake duress. Ooh, they got the brake sound in there. Yeah, so they definitely must have ported over the sounds. I just don't think that they quite edited them, you know, as correct as possible. They sounded really damn good on the Harlem Line DLC. But of course, the thing that I was trying to display with the sound cutting out between each car did not happen at slow speed, but at high speed it most definitely does. But they've also had this issue with the EMUs where they don't play sounds the entire length of the train. They'll only play a sound per, like, one car out of every 4 or some weird something. Yeah, you can kind of hear the weird thing going on there. There's just no good transition. Alright, well, hell, I'll take it. Let's try the M3. I'm sorry, M7. Okay, last and certainly not least, the M7. Of course, on Long Island Railroad. Again. Let's try that horn out. That sounds pretty good. I like that exterior pull. Damn, son. That little air hiss, squeak, squeal at the end. That sounds pretty legit, mans. That sounds pretty damn good. All right, let's see what she sounds like here. Let's do the same old, samey thing. Same. All right, did I put the key in? I need to put it in neutral. We'll open the doors. There's the door sound that plays backwards. Okay, so let's charge the air. Oh, max brake, that's what I want. Wait until 15:36:20. Nah, dog. We're gonna go right now. Get out of here with that. Alright, marker lights off. That'd be your tails, of course. Headlights on. Let's get that crap out of the way. Gauge lights, yep. Desk, we'll turn that up just so we can see a little bit. Shall we? Let's see. Do I have everything? Let's turn the safety systems on for a minute. Yeah. Alright, just to see what's crack-a-lacking here, if you know what I mean. Alright, she's in thirds. Ace Ventura moment. That works. I'm digging it. Long Island Railroad has almost been redeemed. I need some American commuter stuff to play because the Long Island Railroad on Train Sim Classic is like 5 frames per second. And I'm really butthurt about it. It has nothing to do with this video, of course, but they updated it and it's still, I get terrible performance on that route. It's like nothing changed at all, so maybe I can get my kicks on Route 66 in Train Sim World, since the one in Train Sim Classic is kind of donkey right now. I mean, it's a shame. The map looks incredible, the services, all that, the timetable. It's just, it doesn't run that well in Train Sim Classic. I'm sorry that my crying has spilled over into a totally unrelated video game. Can you hear the clickety-clackities? I believe that was already in before this big update. So we did hear the Deadman's pedal, so it says we got an 80, so let's just wild out with this thing here for a minute. Oh, listen to that ghostly whir, dude. Good night. And sweet dreams. Okay, so the sounds are there. Yep, we're getting overspeed penalty. Alright, so it seems to be working to a degree. Oh, I missed it. It's hella mad at me right now. Alright, let's go ahead and turn it back off so we can do a little testations. It's still going to make me reset it, though. Son of a biscuit. Alright, to reset, max brake, and you're going to need to charge that brake pipe again. So over on the left side of the screen, you see the needle doing its thing. And you can hear it. And a matter of fact, we're going to hop outside first to see if the brakes sounds transitioned over, because there were really good brake sounds on these things when Harlem line came out. So there's the emergency. Let's charge them back up. They don't sound as good as the M3 brakes. That's new. You can actually hear the motors. Dude, that exterior horn is lit, son. That sounds pretty damn solid. Like, and of course a moment ago, literally not 10 minutes ago, I was talking, you know, shit about sounds in Train Sim World 2 and them never having a reverb or sounding like they're in stereo. This one does. This one sounds okay. Cut it. And brake. It's like you can genuinely hear layering in that horn. So yeah, a few more things that were added to the core updates and the Preservation Collection update that I just thought I'd go over just in case you out there weren't awares. Because of course I didn't figure this out until after I made that first video. Otherwise I'd have put it in the first video because I don't want this to seem like clickbait, because I am super duper anti-clickbait person. But if you did watch, thank you for watching. As usual, I appreciate you taking the time to watch. And that's it for now. I'll link everything down below as usual. And hopefully you can find it somewhat informative and put it to good use. But that's it. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.